Once upon a time, around 450 years ago, I was at home in Mother Africa, and I lived on a round hill in a round house next to a round tree that grew round fruit that fell next to the round flowers on a geometrically round ground where the animals ran around. I looked up in the sky, and I saw a bird circling the round clouds and the round sun that gives me energy. And I sat playing my round drum, and I was at peace, just hanging around. Then to my surprise, I looked up, and there's some guy standing square in front of me. And he had a square head and a square nose and square lips, and when he spoke, he even sounded square. Hi there. Unlike the round sound that comes from my round lips. Hodobo. So he socks me square in the head, pow, throws me in a square cage, puts me on a square ship, and sails me halfway around the globe. Cause he wants me to build some squares for him. When I arrive in this land, I see some other rounds. I see some red and some brown rounds who live in round adobes and round teepees and round palapas and even round igloos. And they live in a round of nature like me. And they dance around the fire like me. And they play a round drum like me. And they even make round sounds by making their mouth round. Ow! Like me. And do you know, the square reverses their nation by reserving a reservation for that round and puts stay ass in the square. Yeah. So I built him squares. I built him a square house with square walls and square windows and square halls and square floors and square doors and square stairs and square chairs, cause he got a square ass. And I asked him, square guy, what the fuck, dog? Why you doing this to me? And he replies, you know a square can't move without a round. A square door needs a round knob and a round hinge to move. A square car needs round wheels to move. And square people, hey, we need round people to move. That's why I came to get you. Round? So around 450 years from that time, I'm still building this motherfucker squares. Why? Because he trained me to. Just like he trained all of you. Yeah. See, when I was in preschool, he gave me some square blocks with square letters on them. When I went to middle school, I sat in a square classroom, in a square desk, in a square row, and looked at a square blackboard. But I needed a round chalk to work. And when I was in high school, the teacher looked me square in the eye and was like, hey, you better read those square words in that square book. If you ever know the meaning to E equals MC squared. Energy equals mass times constant squared. For that is the square root of the problem. But fuck that, dog. I'm around, you know? So I'm playing with the round ball, even though it's on a square court. And even though when I shoot the round ball through the round hoop, money still attached to a square backboard. But it don't matter, you know, because the ball, it's round like me, which means I can master it, because I could be like Mike. So the teacher get upset and tell me to go sit in the corner on a round stool, puts a round cone on my head, and calls me a dunce. And says, that's what you get for playing around. You see, I'm only being fair and square with you, kid. I just want to see you graduate. You can walk down the aisle with that square on your head. Yeah. I seen a sister the other day. Let me tell you, she was so fine. She had a round ass, some round hips, some round breasts, some round lips. And she patted down her round fro, so I thought to myself, yeah, now that's a round the way girl. So I rode on over to see about getting down on some of that round around midnight. You know what I'm talking about. And she like, hold up, bruh. What kind of square you driving? And I hope you got some nice rounds on it, like some 20s. And I hope you're on your own square, and you ain't living in your mama's square. And you better have some squares in the bank, because you know I need square bills to pay my square bills, because them round coins just don't cut it, bruh. And I gotta go to the salon and get my hair and my nails squared away. I want a nice big square TV so I can watch Hollywood Squares, Square Pegs, and that square-faced blonde 19 Henry talking about square biz. And we all thinking she around because she got that down sound. No, she is square. My brother joined the military, and they made him walk in squares and talk in squares and eat in squares, and gave him a square uniform with some square bars on the shoulder. Even gave him a square haircut and a square gun. But it needed round bullets to go. And the other round people all around the globe. And there wasn't shit my brother could do about it because he had signed his round on a dotted square. Until they say he was just fucking around too much and kicked him square out on his ass. Dishonorable discharge. My other brother, he wouldn't conform to the square either, so they incarcerated him in a pen. A century. And there he lived in that metal square and was given 3 square meals a day. And when he was still not conformed to that square, they put him in a square chair, put a square lever, killed him, threw him in a square box and buried him 6 feet square in the ground and said, now, let's see that round get out of that square. What they fail to realize is this. Because we are rounds, we just recycle and keep coming back like the sunrise. And next time you're flying on an airplane, just look down. Look down and you can see it. They're cutting the whole world up into little itty bitty squares. So just remember and know, the world was, the world is, and will always be around. Cause round is good and square is bad. 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 Round is good, and that sick, crazy, wicked square who need to die right now if you don't stop is bad.